This edition of My Thoughts Monday is brought to you by Valve Performance, the team behind the Nordboard, Force Decks, the Groin Bar, and Human Track. Guys, the most important ability for all of our athletes is availability, and that's the absolute goal of Valve Performance, is to provide solutions to performance professionals so that we can get the right information to make the right decision at the right time for the betterment of the athletes that we get to work with. To do this, guys, they have a wide range of validated products that focus on usability, and having being founded by the School of Exercise and Nutrition Sciences at the Queensland University of Technology, they're extremely evidence-based and they're beyond transparent. I can tell you that our time using the Nordboard and being involved with Force Decks, we have been introduced to so many amazing people that have truly helped us become better coaches, have a better understanding, not just of the technology, but also what we're doing with our athletes. So make sure you hop over to valveperformance.com today to make sure you check out what they got. It's going to make you better and to do better by your athletes. The world of strength and conditioning is filled with some awesome practitioners who are always trying to evolve and continue to grow professionally throughout their career. The problem with many of us, though, is finding a new outlet, a new way, and a new perspective on the questions that we may have, whether it be programming, whether it be situational with dealing with coaches, or whether it be career advice. Because all too often what happens is we get stuck in with the same group of friends and the same group of colleagues that we reach out to for advice repeatedly over and over again. But what we should really be looking for is different perspectives, different people who have been through different situations who can help us make better decisions both for ourselves and our athletes. And one awesome place to start with that is the forums in the Strength Coach Network. In the forums in the Strength Coach Network, you'll be able to reach out and get feedback, input, and advice from coaches from all over the world, from everything from career advice to training modalities to programming. There's people there just for the same reason as you are, to try to get better, to learn, to share information, and to grow the field of strength and conditioning. So hop on over to strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPS. That's strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPS to dive into all that great content today and get your 48-hour trial for only $1. I look forward to seeing you in the Strength Coach Network. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay DeMayo coming at you with this week's edition of My Thoughts Monday. And, I kind of want to touch upon where we're at right now in this unique time in the world of sport when it comes to returning to sport. Some of us have been back at it for a week or so. Some of us have been back at it for a month or so. Others are in the finalizing stages of being prepared to get the athletes to return and to bring them back and to start being able to work with them again. But really what I want to talk about with all this is during this process of developing these different policies and procedures and different ways that we can move forward, and so many are so different and so unique in their own sense, whether you're looking at state requirements, university requirements, NCAA, CSCCA, NCAA protocols, things of that nature, how each school is handling it so different and unique in and of itself. There has been some things that have been common in the conversations I've had the ability to have with people. I've been really lucky to be able to talk with people through this process, really even before free VASPs, but including free VASPs, and being able to hear a lot of things that people are saying. And there seems to be one common thing that keeps being brought up. And that's really a disappointment when it comes to leadership and decision making in other aspects of sport. And that's gotten me to sit down and think a bit and kind of ponder why this could be something that is so common. And I think that this is common less because of others and more because of us. And now let me explain that. Most aspects of higher education, period, but college athletics in that higher education bubble do not do well when it comes to having curveballs thrown at them. They're not used to having to have backup plans or just living basically with plan B, C, and D, at least in their head, if not ready to go. They're not used to having to change what they're doing at the drop of a hat because practice went long, or it's raining, or kids got sick. Probably a poor choice there with today's day and age, but you know what I mean. Um, Figuring those things out and being flexible and adaptable. I think that everyone that I've talked to has talked about at least one staff member that's really been like Eeyore, right? Like super chicken little, the sky is falling, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't come up with these things, we can't move this around, all of these things, it's problem, 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 we can't fix it. Meanwhile, we just sit there and come up with a quick solution, and it's like, oh, well, that could work. And I think that that's something that's really special and unique about what we do, is that we, although there are still so many situations and instances and problems and things that are still evolving in this vocation and little corner of sport that we live in the performance world, one thing that we are very good at is problem solving, is being able to sit there and identify where these issues are, where they arise from, and how we can find a better way, at least around them, or if not, to navigate through them. And I really feel like this is something in a time that is so chaotic, so unique, so just constantly evolving and amoeba-like when it comes to having any semblance of any sort of normalcy, where we should be able to really show our worth. Our ability in this field to be able to sit there and express what's going on, what we're seeing, what we're building, how we're building it, where we're seeing ways that we can do things better, right now is greater than it's ever been. Right now, for most institutions and in most conferences, we are the people who are getting to spend the most time with these young people to understand what really is going on. We're the ones that get to see what is working, what isn't working, what is being successful, what isn't being successful. Where are there some hiccups? Where are there some places that we can do better so that as we move forward, we can continue to keep doing this? Because I do believe that as we start moving forward, that there's no way to make any mistake about this. We need to be able to solve these issues for us to continue to move forward and to play. We do need to be able to have these backup plans, to be flexible, and to be able to make these alternative ideas work, to make sure that we progress through different phases. And as we progress through these different phases, we need to be able to identify where there may be roadblocks, remove those roadblocks, and start to move forward again. Because there's going to be roadblocks. But just because, let's say, academics isn't very flexible and understanding that right now we have limitations based on number of people that can be in classes, hours of the day that they're available, how they can perform in the classroom or doing different things, doesn't mean that we need to sit here and stand back and say, oh, ho-hum, can't do anything, we're not going to be able to fix it. No, on the contrary, what that means is we need to be able to sit there and look even deeper into other areas and other aspects to find out what we're doing, how it's working, share that information, and help everyone else in the department move forward. Because in the end of all of it, what we do best, above and beyond everything, across the board, is we adapt to the situation that's in front of us. We need to demonstrate how we do that, what the ideas are, how we can be quick on our feet, and help lead other people. As we start to develop these policies, these procedures, these steps. And as we start to identify the good, bad, and indifferent aspects of them, this is when we shine. Okay? We can look and see too much, too little, too fast, too soon. They're tired, they're not. They're fighting this, they're not fighting that, and evolve. Other aspects of sport and higher academics and the higher level learning in the university setting, they're just not used to this. It's our job to help them now. It's our job to show them now. And it's our job to make sure that we're able to evolve and adapt and show them how they can evolve and adapt so that we all can continue to coach. We can continue to have the young people on campus. We can continue to have sport, and we can continue to get to do what we love to do. It's really easy to kind of piss and moan about, oh, leadership sucks. Oh, these people are always negative. Oh, these people have no idea. Yo, guilty as charged right here. But one thing that I've really been able to take a step back and think about with this is how we can be better. And a lot of this was due to conversations that we have lifting with our staff, with Mike and Beecher, when we're able to talk about like why we are able to find these answers and why certain people in sports medicine that we get to work with are really quick to assist in finding these answers. It's because it's what we do. It's because it's what we've always done, and it's because it's how we live. So I guess what this My Thoughts Monday is a call to action. Can we now take a step back? And when we start to get frustrated, can we start to bring ideas that can help eliminate our frustration, that can help eliminate other people's, let's call it, lack of vision as to how they can be more flexible and more adaptive? And let's share how we're doing this with each other so that we can all continue to keep moving forward through this pandemic and do what's best for the young people we get to work with, so we ensure that we get to have a season. But as always, truly appreciate everything y'all do for us here at Central Virginia Sport Performance. We'll be back next week with another My Thoughts Monday. I'll see you then.